Reviews World, Troy Jeffrey Allen here at San Diego Comic-Con, hanging out with Michael Molcher of 2000 AD. So the big question is, I know what 2000 AD is about, but I want you to tell our viewers what 2000 AD is about.
It's an institution in the UK, but one of the reasons why we're out here at San Diego is because there's such an appetite for our stuff over here, and we'd like to put out this incredible range of books because it's not just Dredd. Everyone knows Dredd, but we've got so much more to offer. You know, the staples of 2000 AD, things like Rogue Trooper, but also what we now call the treasury of British comics, which is all these classic 70s and 80s comics. So you've got girls horror comics, girls sci-fi comics, you've got comics about sentient foxes, First World War, German fighter aces with giant bats. The list goes on and on. So it's really the kind of the comics world you've never heard of, but you'll love when you actually read it.
No, 100%. So I know that Judge Dredd Small House is a big one for you.
Yeah.
And I know you said you have more than Judge Dredd, but we're going to talk about Judge Dredd.
Okay, that's fine.
So what can you tell us about Small House? Like, what is the big deal? Why is this like the chosen book? Like, this is the big one that you guys are pushing right now.
Yeah.
Why is that?
So Judge Dredd The Small House is by Rob Williams and Henry Flint, and it's kind of the combination of a culmination of about a decade's worth of storytelling. You don't necessarily need to have read that decade to get it. It's conspiracy, it's action, it's political comment. There's this incredible moment where Dredd is talking to this other guy. I can't do too many spoilers,
right,
but
yeah.
They're sort of discussing what the judges are about, what Justice Department is, what Mega City 1 is. And the other character turns to Dredd and says, "We're fascists." You know, and it's kind of like one of those timely reminders that this is political satire. You know, the Dredd is such an amazing, complex, nuanced character because so often the strip gets you to root for the bad guy and the really bad guy as well. Somebody who doesn't hide it, isn't hiding behind justification. He's just, you know, I'm the law, regardless of whether it's just or not. Yeah. So it's one of those collections which is just so packed with stuff, and it's really the best comics that we can bring to you.
No,
you know,
I love it. Yeah.
It's so dense. There's so much going on. Henry Flint's artwork is just, I mean, why on earth he's not been snapped up? Like, Marvel and DC do not snap up Henry Flint. But he's an absolute master. Rob Williams, you know, he had a huge great big run on Suicide Squad for DC. He's one of our best writers. And really, he's one of the writers that you can see taking over the legacy of John Wagner, the co-creator of Judge Dredd, and moving the character forward and doing lots of new things in the future. So it's a book that, if you're not into Judge Dredd, if you think it's just him hitting people over the head with his day stick, then, you know, read Small House, get your opinion changed immediately.
Love that. All right, so what can you tell? I know part of Small House, there's an event around Small House, and that's Dredd Day.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask you about Dredd Day,
sure.
But also a lot of the things I've said says it's a month-long celebration, and Dredd Day is the culmination of that. Yeah. So what does that month look like? So
the Day of Dredd is really it's an opportunity to celebrate Britain's biggest comic book export. You know, everyone knows Judge Dredd. He's entered the lexicon. Really, what we wanted to do, it's part kind of retailer promotion. So we're doing a lot of work with Diamond to push the books in the States, the Judge Dredd case files, which reprint Dredd from the beginning in sequential order, still going up to volume 32, 33 in the UK. With the Day of Dredd on the 7th of September, it's just an opportunity, I think, to acknowledge, number one, what the character has brought to comics, number two, the talent that the Dredd strip has brought to comics. And we wanted it to be an opportunity for fans to express their love of the character, for retailers to get on board, and for those people, you know, who don't know the character and just assume he's one note, you know, he's just a Punisher in a uniform. That's not the case at all. To get their teeth into something good, something long-running, something that is a really rewarding read. So on the day itself, we're going to have lots of signings, hopefully some in the States as well. There's going to be lots of promotion online, lots of giveaways, things like that. So that those who don't know Dredd, can get to know him and love him as much as we do. But those who do know Dredd can really shout about their love for the character.